Hey guys, it's me, Liv. I hope everyone's doing good out there. So today I'm using one of the newest stamps that I recently ordered from the Not Too Shabby shop by Creative Expressions. Now I really love this stamp because it is a perfect size for a slimline card. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and my watercolor paper that you see that I showed, because I am planning to use my distress inks and oxides here and on this particular card. So first up, I decided I'm going to do like an emboss resist. So I am going to go ahead and stamp this using my Versa Mark and water embossing ink. And then I'm going to go ahead and get out my white and my red embossing powders. So I've gone ahead and applied my red powders. I'm just doing a little bit more because I did notice a couple of spots that I missed when I was first doing it. So now that I have my white and my red ones, I will go ahead and get out my heat gun. Now, as always, if you get something that sticks a little bit on a spot where you don't want it to, take out your paintbrush. A thin one is great, and just go ahead and get those little spots off. The way that this stamp image was designed, it had these little floating hearts, and every once in a while I got a little bit of a residue of the embossing where I didn't want it. So as I mentioned, I'm going to take out my heat gun. Make sure that you have heated it up for probably about 30 seconds before you actually start embossing. So once I have that all heated up, I can then move on to using some of my sprays. So for this one, I decided to use my picked raspberry along with my candy apple and a little bit of Distress inks using the newest color, the Catch Flamingo. Now, I did not get that in a spray yet. I'm still waiting for that to come, but I do have it in an ink and oxide right now. So the first one is that light spray with the picked raspberry because I did want some pink to stay on there, followed by the candy apple. Now I am actually using a combo of Distress and stain inks because, again, I don't have every color under the sun, though that may be a life goal at some point to own all the Distress oxides and sprays. But anyway, one of the cool things about the Emboss Resist is that because the original image was embossed down, it does not get fully covered with any type of ink. And you're going to see how the white, once I wipe off some of the excess ink, really does stand out and does not blend in that well with the background, which is actually what I wanted. Now I am going to go ahead and dry this off just a little bit with my heat gun and then take out some of my white splatters because I did feel it had a lot of red and pink on it and I wanted to brighten it up just a little bit. Now as it's drying, can you see how the white is starting to pop out again? Now for the ink, I'm using Dina Winkley's Delusion ink white one that I have in my stash and just going ahead and splattering that all around. And then once I have that taken care of, I'm going to take it out and use a little bit of that Catch Flamingo, which is it is the newest of the Distress inks because I did want just a little bit more pink. So I'm going to put that kind of all along the edges here to pink it up just a little bit. And it is a really great pink. You're not going to see it too much. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but what I really did like is that it really does help to lighten that red and add touches of pink. Now because I still have ink kind of sitting on top of the white Distress and embossed areas that I did, I'm going to just go ahead and wipe it off a little bit with a napkin just to go ahead and brighten it up a little bit because I do want to take off some of that excess ink and I want to make sure that that white pops out a lot more. So now that that is all wiped up, it is time to move on to mounting it. I did want to bring in just a little bit more white into it, so I am mounting it onto some white cardstock and then we'll mount it onto red base that you see there. I am not doing any major dimensions for this one. This is going to be a fairly flat card. The only pop-up will probably be the sentiment when I get to that. I did decide to ink the edges only because with my inky fingers, I again got some red on that white border. So I figured, I might grunge it up a little bit and I will go ahead and do some candy apple red all along the edging of that white so it doesn't look so out of place that I happen to get some ink on it. So now that it's all inked up, it's time to go ahead and get this image down onto the card front. Then I'm going to pick out an sentiment that kind of goes with this card. I know that Valentine's is over, even though that was one of the images I was inspired by this. So I'm taking again that Catch Flamingo, putting a little bit down on my workstation here. I'm going to dab it onto the sentiment. It actually says happy anniversary because I thought this image was also great for an anniversary. Bit too much pink, so I dried this first layer of the oxide down. Then I'm going to spray it with that Candy Apple Distress ink that I have so that it matches better. Once I've done that, it's time to dry it off one more time and then use my foam tape to pop it up against the front. And ta-da, the card is done. It is fairly simple, but I really just like how it all came together. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you are looking for this release, I did purchase this from the Not Too Shabby shop. You will see my affiliate link and my little discount code below if you guys wish to use it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, guys. Bye.